Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. What I'm thinking, I'm going to have a look through what my different options are here, but we've got 50,000 euros tied up in something that we didn't need to spend, well, it's worth 50,000, but it doesn't do what I'd want it to do. If I was to keep this 50 grand's worth, I want this to be, I want that to be doing a direct drill operation. I want that to be a single operation pass. It's not letting us do that. So what we got to do is we've got to unhitch the back. We've got to go and cultivate the field first. Then we've got to go back over the field and do it a second time. I don't want to do that. If I'm going to have to cultivate first, then we just as well sell this and buy a much cheaper version. Something a lot cheaper that we don't have to spend. You know, that's 25,000 for that one, 25,000 for that. There's 50 grand we got tied up in that. That's our logging trailer, essentially. So I'm going to just have a look for some alternatives. What do you reckon? Should we go for something like that? It's only 225,000 euros. And it only needs 450 horsepower to pull it. Even if we put both our tractors together, we wouldn't be able to get that one to move. I think we'll have to leave that one for now. Alright, I'm looking through some options. I want something that feels a bit realistic. Feels like something that would be acceptable. So we got something like this one here. Now, this is an old-looking machine. It is actually a direct drill. Cultivator, additionally, the seeder offers the possibility to seed direct. No previous cultivation is needed with this particular option. I rather like that. Now, I am thinking there is a possibility that doing oilseed radish, I actually need to go and harvest it. I need to cultivate it in before I can do it, even like with a direct drill. I'm wondering if a direct drill doesn't work in oilseed radish. I can't think of any possible reason why it would be coded like that, but there is that possibility. So I'm aware that that could be a little bit of an issue. Now, so I'm looking at these options. So that one right there is a direct drill. It's 45,000. It's basically a straight swap. We're not saving any money on that. I don't really want to do that, especially considering this one's only 3 meters wide. This one here would be making a considerable saving. It's only got 800 liters on the tank, which means there's a lot of backwards and forwards. It's 3 meters wide, which means it can take a lot longer to use. So, yeah, there's pros and cons to that. It's going to take a long time to use. There's a couple of others in here. So this one, this is 4.5 meters wide. Again, though, it's quite expensive. Direct drill. I like the direct drill option. It's definitely something on the cards. Non-direct drills, we got these in here. They've got various different capacities in the tanks. I don't know what the difference is, but each one gets progressively more expensive. Now, I'm using one of these in the time-lapse series, which is why I don't want to be using it in this series as well. I want to move on to something fresh. And then I've got these over here. So that one is 3. That one is 4 meters. That's 38,000. This is definite possibility. But I'm looking at this. This right here. You've got an extra step that you can put on. There, on the back. Warning triangle. If we'd need that or not. This feels a bit more robust. This feels like it was made for the smaller farmer. It's more robust. It is a direct drill. Yes, as I've said with some of the others, it's a bit narrower. Now, this one's 2.8 meters, so it's a 3 meter spread on it rather than anything bigger. The little one over here is also 3 meters. 800 litre capacity on that one, whereas this one over here is 2,250, although some of that would be fertilizer, except we wouldn't use fertilizer. I'm liking the sound of this one. This one is definitely appealing to me. 14,500, that's a considerable step down in price. That's looking a lot more like it. The other option, of course, is I was thinking this one. This is a 4 meter wide machine. It's that one there, which is also a 4 meter wide machine, but actually thinking that we would go with this Amazon right here. Standard, we'd just keep everything. Well, actually, no, that one there would have an extension. So we've got 1,380 litres of capacity on this. It only takes fertilizer. It's not a direct drill. We have to get a cultivator as well. So we would have to do 2 passes on the field. That's the only downside to it. But I actually quite like the idea of this one. Something genuinely torn. I think I'm going to go with this. Now, this one here is 500 more, and it's the tow-along version. And then the other one is the one that goes on 3-point linkage. Now, I like the idea of the 3-point linkage one. It means that we'll be able to get into the corners a lot more. I'm not sure how well a tractor is going to be able to cope with it. But I think this is one that we're going to go for. So this is 14,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back into this tractor, and we are going to go back to dealership, and we're going to sell this seed drill combination that we've got right here, and then I'm going to go and buy that other one. It's a small, robust machine. It doesn't do as wide a pass as what our machine here does, which is a bit of a shame. I would prefer a 4-meter wide machine. It makes such a difference to the speed that you get your work done. But I feel at the moment that we're very much in a position where beggars can't be choosers. And we are hard up. We don't have very much extra money. And so we've got to pick and choose what we buy very carefully. So let's bring you down over here. And we will unload that one. Oh, I'm pressing a button and it's opening the door. I don't want to do that. I want to open the cover on the back. I don't want to be opening the doors. I did close the doors. Like that. Oh, we pressed J. J and K to close the doors. Alright, well, that's not really working out quite how I hoped. So let me just lower that one down like that. It'll only open the cover automatically because of the controls for the doors on the tractor. It's a little bit of a shame. I like to undo the covers. But if I just do that, that's fine. We can... There, see, now it's auto-opened them. Now I'll lift you back up and... There, then you close them back down again. Now, where... Oh, the sale point is over here. So we'll go and sell this one, and then we will buy the direct seed drill. It's 3 meters wide. It goes on the 3-point linkage. It sort of feels like it's almost a homemade device. It seems like one of those smaller companies that have taken what was once a homemade device. They've made it really well, and they've started selling them. I don't know. I've never heard of that brand before, so I could be completely out of line on that and completely wrong. Repair. I can't repaint and get the money. So let me at least repair that one. How much is it? That one's saying 18,000, and so is that one. So we'll do it like this. $3,000. Yeah, all right. If I do it like that, there, and then if I sell this one, that gets me 18,800. Yes. Okay, and then this one right here, repair, yep, and then 18,383. So this should take me to at least 21,600. Yes, 21,900. So you do get a little bit of money back for doing that. Sell, yes. Right, that gives us 38,000 in total. 40 grand sold vehicles. We did spend a little bit on the repair work, so that's why it doesn't quite come up to 40 grand, but it's close enough. And then we want to go into seed drills, and we want to go all the way up here to this brand I've never heard of, Toom HKL. I've never heard of this before in my life. And I've heard of a lot of different brands of machinery. I've never, ever heard of these. So, anybody can tell me a little bit about these, that'd be absolutely great. I'd really love to know. I am having the extra step on the back. I feel that's something that we would want and need. So we'll buy that. There's 14,100. That leaves us with 24,000, which isn't a bad amount of money to be left with. We've got a machine back in the yard that we'll be able to bring up, and we can sell that for 10,000 to start with. And then we've got another machine. Well, not another machine. We got the trailer. Seriously? All that capacity and most of it, okay, I'm annoyed with that. I'm genuinely annoyed with that. All that capacity and almost all of it is... Oh, he doesn't have a... He's saying already with the land thing. Because I've lowered it down. All that capacity and most of it is... is capacity for... fertilizer rather than anything else. That annoys me. That does. I'm finding that slightly frustrating, because that means I'm going to have to do a lot more forward and back. But then you would expect there to be some kind of, you know, payment that we have to make, and this does feel like a good balance to offset the fact that we've just got 40,000 back for our last seed drill. This one's only cost us 14,000, and this one actually does more than the other one did. The big wheels on the side also mean that with our fence being the way it is, we may struggle to reach the very outside edges of the field, and I'm quite glad I went for this option rather than the direct drill option, the trailed option, because I'm not sure we'd be able to reach everything. I still don't think that we're going to be able to reach everything with this. So if I start that one up and lower it down, it turns out the direct drill... Withdraw that. You can't direct drill into oilseed radish. All that you can't direct drill into oilseed radish. No field found. Of course not. Why would there be a field there? You cannot direct drill in oilseed radish, then. Seriously? Which means that this thing was a waste of money. I suppose it won't accept that it is a complete waste of money, because I'm going to be doing oilseed radish after every single crop. So, I mean, this is 14,000 that I've just gone and spent on this one. It's only got a 900 litre capacity. It's 14,100. I'd rather have a slightly... You know what? So we're still pretty much doing the same thing. I'm going to unload this one. This irritates me. Why doesn't it just say you can't direct drill oilseed radish? It doesn't tell you that anywhere, does it? Literally nowhere does it tell you you can't direct drill oilseed radish, unless I've missed something completely with this. Fertilizer, no. Root crop, seasonal, animals, forestry, miscellaneous. There'll be something here. Special crops. Oilseed radish is a special crop. It uses fertilizer. Use a cultivator and dig the plant into the soil. It does actually say use a cultivator. It just doesn't say that a direct drill is not an option. And because I'm going to be using this, that's literally my only fertilizer that I've got available. I'm going to be using that for everything. So I'm going to have to be fertilizing everything with oilseed radish, which means that a direct drill isn't an option. This one I thought would be really cool, but I've already got this one using... I've got that one actually in the time-lapse series, so I'm not going to use the exact same one again. Despite the fact that it's nice and cheap. We've got a lot of different cheap cultivator options here, though, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just going through... I'm not going to necessarily pick out the cheapest one. I'm going to pick out the one that I think sort of represents what you'd be able to buy in real life most accurately. I'm kind of thinking this one, 14,000, and there was another one in here. That's that's a front cultivator there, which we could actually do front cultivator there, and then, because that's 4 meters. So you have that on the front, and then you have the seed drill on the back. Except that's not going to work out very well. I think we'll end up coming to grief if we try and set that up. Because what it does, it cultivates out the crop that you've just seeded in. I've had issues with that before, so I don't really want to do that. It's this one here, actually. This is one I'm looking at. It's a trailed one. It's 11,000. It's cheap. This one is 9.4 meters wide. This one here is 7.4, so, I mean, that's cheaper still. Maybe we'll just go with that one. It's a much bigger cultivator, which means that the cultivating bit will get done a lot faster. So this is actually an improvement over the last cultivator that we had, because the last one, although it was a power harrow, goes on the front of the seed drill that we had, we still had to do a 2-pass operation. This one, I'm not sure how it's going to work out being up in the air like that. Let's just see what this does. Is this going to be another thing that is going to make me want to say bad things? Ooh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Lower it down like that. This is good. It's on the wrong hitch, though. It's genuinely on the wrong hitch. It needs to be on the other hitch. Not sure why it's up there on that hitch. I feel that we're making progress. And now we need to unfold. So we'll do that next. I'm going to allow the time to go on by a little bit. I don't want all unfolding. So I've only got 10,000 now. I need 50,000. What is going on here? Right. I don't know what is going on, but that works. Right there, that actually works. On that one. I have temporarily leased this one, just to see what it'll do. Right, okay, that's not actually down to the tractor then. That cultivator's not working, but the other cultivator's not working either, so it just seems like it was actually the seed, not anything else. It was that cultivator right there that caused us the problem. So yet another issue that we've had. I haven't had much luck here, really. I did wonder about sort of just stopping all of this and, like, starting again and recording everything again, but I thought, no, actually, we'll leave all of this in, because this is part of the adventure of a hardcore series, is finding something realistic and also going through all of the errors that can happen as well. So I'll leave it in. I will edit it quite heavily. I'm going to go with that one. Then, 6,000, a 6 meter foldable chisel. This one is a 4.5 meter. I'd like a bigger one. On that big one there. That's I'm hoping that will actually do what I want it to do. I'm really hoping that will do what I want it to do. So I'm going to buy that one for 10,000. Yes. Okay. And I'll come out of there. This tractor can reverse over here. I dumped the seed there. I returned it to the shop. We'll stop you right there just for a second. Then this one, I've just drove it into the hedge down here in the strop. I feel I was entirely fence. I feel I was entirely justified in doing that. So I've lost a little bit of money doing this mess around. There was about 800 euros that I lost doing dumping the leasing the seed drill to test it out with that other tractor, just in case it was this tractor that had caused the issue. Turns out that it was only this tractor that caused the issue with that cultivator, and I suspect that's because the cultivator is fastening onto the wrong hitch. And I did say that at the start, it looked like it was on the wrong hitch, and apparently it was on the wrong hitch, because with this tractor it's too high off the ground and it's not actually cultivating. So that renders the cultivator utterly and completely useless and pointless with this tractor. I don't know what it's like with other tractors, but yeah. So I don't like that. That's quite poor. It doesn't look like we can use the direct drill, though. That it didn't work with the other tractor either. So therefore, we must make the assumption that that wasn't caused by any tractor malfunction. That was just that you couldn't do it. So I'm going to put this one on here. We'll lift this one up. It's quite heavy there. I like that. That's good. We've got our seed drill there in the yard. That one's ready to go. So, ooh, I like this. It wasn't very expensive, this one. It was only 10,000 for a 6-meter wide one. This has got the feel of a homemade machine about it. This definitely has the feel of a bit of a homemade machine over it. It's quite robust in that. Very slow lifting up. I like that. Like the rams are a little bit too small for it. It's trying to save a bit of money on building those rams. I like that. It's a good touch. Overall, how much money have we just wasted? Because I'm going to add that money back. Like, buying and selling all of that different stuff. I bought the wrong seed drill because I didn't know about the game mechanics. So that's not my fault. I will be putting that money back into the game. That was entirely not my fault. That was on the direct seed drill. We just went and bought a direct seed drill, and we sold that one back. So we probably lost about 2,000 on that one. Then I had the seed drill, the cultivator. That one was a faulty mod, so that one again, not my fault. We probably lost another 1,000 on that one, and then another 1,000 to go and test that it wasn't actually this tractor, which, by my reckoning, we've lost a good 4,000 euros on this project. I'm going to guess 5. I'm going to say we've lost 5,000 euros. So I'm going to add 5,000 euros after all of this is said and done. The cultivator works. Look at that. Just like it's supposed to. That's what we want. So I need 5 grand. I'm going to add 5,000 euros to my total after I've finished doing my little bit of recording. And we'll pretend that this whole episode never actually took place. I'm also going to edit things heavily, I think, so I don't know how much will be left in by the time you get to it. The only issue I've got left is whether or not the hired help is going to recognize the field, because someone reckoned that the hired help doesn't recognize fields on this map. Now, it did recognize the fields over there on the field 1 that's already done, so I'm confident that it should be okay. If it doesn't recognize the field, I'll probably just rage quit and we'll find another map at this point. Because I am not going to be sitting here doing all of this by hand. That's not happening. I'm a big fan of hired help. It's part of the game. I expect it to work. Right, let's bring you up there. And so I cultivate out that bit there. And then let's see how the hired help does. Hired help's working. No issues there. And he's hauling it up the hill as well. I like this. This is a little bit more like it. This is what we want. There. Right. No issues here. Ladies and gentlemen, everything is working as intended. That's much more like it. I just wait till he gets to top the field up here. I'm curious if he's going to be able to turn round. Or if he's just going to try and drive in. They do this weirdly. Like, sometimes they will just drive into the fence and just try to keep going. I think it's to do with how close to the edge of the field they get before they get to the edge of it. Because sometimes they don't do it at all, and then other times they will do it every single pass. And it's weird. I'm not entirely sure why it happens. Now, this one does actually have a 3-point linkage on the back. And I'm wondering if that would also allow us to put a seed drill on there and then run it as a single pass operation. However, the only seed drill we've got is a 4 meter, and this one that we're using right here is a 6 meter beastie, so we don't want to be doing that. So I'm just going to stop the hired help there a second. We'll do a second pass around the field so that he can definitely turn. And then we'll go along here. Make it a lot easier if he's able to easily do the turning. Yeah, definitely do one more pass around the field, and then he'll be able to turn nice and easy, and we shouldn't have any issues with it. I'm not going to worry about doing the top of the field. I'm just going to go along here and then once on the side. So we're at about 10 o'clock and we have got rain coming up, so I'm just going to go to actual 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I'm hoping it doesn't start raining yet. No, it won't. I'm going to drop it down to 1x speed so that we're not doing this in the rain. Okay. Things are coming together at last. It did cost us a bit, so we have got 5,000 more than this. That was a whole load of money that was spent unnecessarily because of, well, one mechanic in the game that I didn't realize even existed, and quite frankly, I'm not sure why it would exist. It makes no sense. That particular mechanic doesn't compute for me. If you got to cultivate in the oilseed radish, then why can't you cultivate it in with a seed drill that has a cultivator on it? It's the whole point of a direct drill, is that it does the same. I mean, I guess maybe because not all direct seed drills do cultivate the ground when you go over. They're not actually cultivating, they're just putting the seed in the ground without disturbing it, whereas some of them do cultivate and then you go past them afterwards, which is slightly different. So there is actually a difference between direct drill and cultivating the ground. So that could be the reason that it's there, that it's a thing. And yeah, okay, I can go with that. I can buy that. Might not like it. May not realize that it was actually a mechanic that we had to deal with, but it is there, and so that's what we've got to sort of live with. But I'm gonna say that, you know, if we were a farmer and we were buying something like that, we would have known that that was going to be happening, so we wouldn't have been stupid enough to go and do all of that. I've just gone and done. That's just me fluffing game mechanics. So back up there, and then with the other bits as well, I think about 5,000 is about right for what we've gone and wasted. So that puts me on 11 grand. A very important reason I need to establish exactly how much money I've just gone and wasted on this. I also want to make sure the hired help does work properly on this as well. Right. Yes, okay, he does. He's turning properly as well inside the fence line. He's doing everything that I wanted to do. Excellent. That's fantastic. 11,000. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.